What is up, guys? Back in today with more. I want to love you till your dying day. This time for episode 4. Dropped off on a bit of a bombshell at the end of last episode with Mimi. Is it? The weapon girl. I mean, I'm not sure if she's a ghost or like. I'm not sure what's going on, but she said she is immortal. We did see her packed up in a bag last week and then just like regenerate. So, she's undying. That's for sure. It's just like what kind of like what the hell's going on? She a zombie? She a spirit? She a ghost? Is she like alive but just died can die and come back? But that's definitely something to look more into. Yule toka. Daisy. Yes, no wonder a couple episodes ago she said she doesn't like the pain. I wouldn't like the pain if you had to come back from all those bloody whatever the hell happened to her. Like, imagine going through all that. Sorry, I did just kind of miss that. What are you doing? Oh, I didn't miss anything. I thought I missed something there. What is she doing? She like that's like some kind of aphrodisiac spell or something. Make them like the get distracted by the flowers. What is that? But yeah, what do you guys think the case is? Maybe she never was like a real person. Maybe she's always been like a doll imbued with like a soul or something. I don't know. But yeah, how like we saw her destructive power. It was really impressive. So it makes you wonder what the hell they're fighting to pack her up in a bag like that, to put her into all those little pieces. Like what is possibly doing that? Must be ruthless. It was quite a nice slice of life stuff last week, I would say. We had a day off, a little cleaning and so on, didn't we? Oh, resurrection magic. Oh, that's pretty fitting. So at least she doesn't have to worry about her dying now. Is the good thing. You say at the start there that went by pretty quickly. Praise the user's life with that of the deceased. What? So they like give up that? I don't think that's worded awfully well, right? Because well, I don't know. We haven't actually seen that. Like, have we seen that with Mimi? Did we see that last week? Is it resurrection magic? It could be something else entirely. I mean, we assume that it probably is resurrection resurrection magic, but nobody lost their life last week resurrecting her, did they? I assume by this wording it would mean that you would die and they take your place. So it's a bit like equivalent exchange in a way. Like you give something equal to the outcome, your life for their life. But again, with Mimi, that's clearly not the case unless they're perhaps, and this could very well be the case. I mean, we didn't see this last week either, but perhaps they're trading some of the lives of the students that go off to this war for Mimi's life. I think that would be like, because Mimi pretty clearly is a lot stronger than a lot of these students. That would be like a good exchange for them to sacrifice a more useless student for the more useful Mimi, perhaps. And they use them. They make them like do the spell, but again, we didn't say anything like that last week. But I feel like Mimi's case might be something different, perhaps, than this resurrection magic. Perhaps it actually means like you don't trade your life, but you give some of your life force, maybe like take 10 years off your life to give the person like 10 years of their life. Then after 10 years they die, but your 10 years are still like gone, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, clearly, I'm not sure what this woman was doing earlier, but she was doing some kind of weird spell after hearing these two girls talk. So maybe she was practicing a bit of resurrection magic or something. I don't know. A forbidden spell, granting them eternal life. Okay, so someone done that for Mimi. Someone used resurrection magic on Mimi, and that gave them her immortality. That seems pretty ridiculous, right? That seems like something like if you had a grandchild and you're an old lady, you'd do that for your grandchildren or something, right? Just die and give them immortality. Trade your few years left, give them immortal years. Who gave their life for Mimi? I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, in this regard, yes, for immortality, yeah, but in general, I don't agree with that. Also, that's a recording. So yeah, I guess I was totally wrong about what I said with like the possibility that they're sacrificing girls. They only needed one sacrifice. That seems like a not fair exchange. I said a minute ago about equivalent exchange. That does not seem like an equivalent exchange, does it? One life to resurrect someone and give them immortality. That seems like a very big payoff for some people, anyway. As he says, not all that. Oh shit, Sheena as well. I knew this was coming at some point. Okay, nurse's office. That must be pretty terrifying. That must be pretty terrifying. Yeah, no wonder you thought you were gonna die. I knew that was coming at some point. Bit of a fake out there though. Why would she? So yeah, as I said, I wonder who it was that resurrected Mimi in the first place. Gave their life. Pretty big commitment. Not much really. What kind of cigarettes are those? Those licorice. I used to hate licorice cigarettes. I mean, they didn't really taste like licorice, but the papers never used to stick together very well. A mother. You know what? That makes sense. I said earlier about the grandparent stuff. So it's amazing that you make an exception, isn't it? She's not. She's not the passed down the family for generations. I assumed this would be the case. But yeah, it's amazing that they make a. I mean, she wasn't the one that used the magic, but they make an exception for something that's useful to them, isn't it? So she's just been at war for generations. Oh, that is ruthless, isn't it? She makes a good point. So that is a real interesting situation, actually, isn't it? Like clearly violating her emotionally, and like, I mean, she doesn't seem to care, and she was beating such Mimi, but yeah, clearly, like, you want her to be free, and like, but the point of many other people would die if she wasn't, like, tough spot, really. This isn't it? Ethically wrong, but logistically, in regards to people's lives, it's right. Like, yeah, quite a tough situation. This actually, isn't it? Although I say that, I feel like my logical outcome would just be to keep things the same. Less people die, that's a good thing. I mean, it's not the like because she's immortal. It's not the I don't know because she still feels it. Again, it's just tough, isn't it? Sorry, what are these meant to be? Dumplings? But yeah, it is quite incredible. She's still like so upbeat and such, living for so long, dying so many times. It's quite incredible. I do wonder, as stupid as it sounds, when she regenerates, does her like mental like regenerate as well? Yes, these little girls and boys are much more effective soldiers. That's that maybe the queen. Peace even is that. Okay, so we're actually seeing some of the planning. A little bit of a look into more of the actual conflict going on there. Didn't really give us much of anything there, just saying that they're going to move her about more. Good that we're finally getting a bit more of that, I guess. brother, and one puff threw it away. I quit smoking, but even that pissed me off. Woman does have emotions. Pretty unemotional so far. She's crying about giving that news here. Back to composure. Lesson. Your deal, lady. I assume she was crying about giving the news to the students there, but yeah, as I said, she's been pretty unemotional and stoic so far. Again, it's no surprise considering what I just said. I mean, in a role like this, it'd probably be best to be unemotional and unattached, but seems like there's something more to just saw there. Judging from all this talk, she clearly cares a lot about their progression, their future. Perhaps we judged this woman a bit too quickly. Not that I held anything against her. She was just the teacher, the unemotional, stoic teacher. But no, there's a person in there that clearly cares quite deeply for the future of these little people. Even as someone that my maths was my best subject, I wouldn't say it was really interesting. Once you understand fundamentals of what you're learning, it's less interesting, in my opinion. It's more satisfying when you achieve something, but kissing, are we? Kissing plants. Is that how it would work? Do you have to kiss the plants? Sounds like an excuse to get to get the students to clean up. Big old place to clean. A little bit. A little bit. That part, yeah. Oh, that's really cute. Look, there's two dolls on the side there. Oh, what was that? Awfully close. No, she doesn't know how, but I was about to say I don't. I feel like neither of them are going to answer. But it does look beg the question: is there not like a bunch of immortal people going around in this universe? Then expect so, right? Something as alluring as that magic. Pretty selfless magic is the thing, so maybe it wouldn't be as popular as you think it would be because humans are very selfish. But again, like I feel like especially with the Mimi situation, if you've got like a kid, that seems like the most common use for it. You'd assume like parents, like where their kids died early or something. I mean, the issue here is that none of these people at this place have parents, so I wonder if it is the case that there's another immortal person at this place that doesn't know they're immortal. Like, what the hell does Mimi think about her being the same age for however many centuries? Yeah, I get yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Life so long, yet only really experiencing stuff like this for the first time. Is it a sentimental thing on the doctor's like choice for this, or is there an underlying motivation behind this? I think there was a lot of really interesting questions posed today, wasn't there? A lot of interesting like facets to the stuff that's going on. There's the one side of things, as with the what these guys are talking about, like the romantic side of the spell, but there's also the part where it gives you mortality, which is a good thing if you want it to be, a bad thing. The bad thing if you look at a different perspective of it as well. And as I said, a lots of stuff this episode had that where it was like on the surface and it was quite like good, but when you look into it further, it's like Sheena's situation. It's good that she's protecting all these people and having them not die in her place, but also she hasn't really got much of a life. So some good writing in this episode, I'll say. Some really good writing. Things aren't just like the way they are, if that makes sense. You can think about them in circles a bit more. So yeah, probably one of my favorite episodes yet. Got a little bit in regards to like the actual warfare. Not that I really care for it. You guys know from like watching my Berserk reactions and such. I don't actually too much care for like war stuff. Um, but as I said last week, having said that, I would very much like to know a bit more about the conflict. Still know very little. But Sheena's feet are so funny in this. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's 6 toes then. Yeah, really good episode. Really good episode. Got a bit from like the doctor's perspective, like what's she doing? As I said, it's got like many sides to it. Like, is she just being nice to Mimi? Is she just giving her a little bit of taste of like childhood and a little girl's life she never had, or at least hasn't had for centuries or generations? They said. I assume that means centuries. Um, or is there some kind of like motivational factor to motivate Sheena? Is it to affect Mimi? Like we can't really guess at the minute, but everything that was brought up this episode has got again multiple kind of ways you can look at or directions to kind of take it in. I think it was really good. Um, but yeah, nice scene with the two girls here. They're always quite romantic, these two, aren't they? There's some really cute dolls on their desk as well. Um, but yeah, as I said, we had the little scene with teacher here showing some emotion for the first time, and I think this was in regards to telling the students about the deaths of the other students. So clearly more to her as well. She's clearly cares a lot about the children as much as it seems like she's trying to keep them as at an arm's length. She does that because she cares about them. We do assume. Um, but yeah, a little bit of this like this didn't really give us too much to be honest with you. This just told us Mimi was kind of going to be moving other places. But I need some more stuff akin to this, but with more information conveyed. I think that's probably the one thing I'm wanting from the show so far that it hasn't given me. But as I said last week, it's not an awful big deal to be honest with you. I know the main focus here is on the characters and their relationships, so not an awfully big deal. But it would take the show to the next level if the actual kind of overarching story of the war and such was interesting as well. Um, but yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Great episode today. Probably one of my favorites so far, if not maybe my favorite so far. After the shocking into last week. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And I'll see you next time with episode 5.